Okay, this is Dr. Mia Lueth. I am very grateful to YouTube. They understood right away, just have humans right. And, you know, they operate perfectly fine in the U.S., all that, so no issues there. There's some things that I can't check out for them, but I just wanted them to. And yes, if the artists and crews, people can check your closed captioning. We can't let that happen that way. Yeah, I know the words to a lot of people's songs, So when I'm looking at it and I start seeing that it's like trying to phonetically, okay, you can't change artists' words and songs like that. So some of it was getting kind of foul, and that's the thing. It's like the deaf people don't deserve that. So we need to perfect that process and get some humans in, maybe a few volunteers or somebody wants to work a free hour, once a month or something. Just suggestions. Yeah. And artists have some people check to make sure. Yeah. I mean, I noticed it with Lincoln Park. I noticed it with Matchbox 20. I noticed it. Yeah. Okay. Let's, let's see if we can get some people looking at that because you can't auto generate that. You're actually right in violation that way. But that's what I'm saying. It's okay because it's a new thing and right. So we can't allow that to be perfected on human people. That's not right. But artists, if you've got YouTube, whatever, and you use YouTube that way, please do like take the time to have someone check to make sure that the closed captioning are actually the words to the songs. We're not here to mess with the deaf people, okay? You know what I'm trying to phrase it. Okay, that's all. No big deal. Okay? Just it's just a good idea, and I started noticing a little too much, like those are not the lyrics. And that's not okay to change their lyrics that way. So that can't be used for that. You understand? Right. Okay. But like I said, when it comes to the concert venues, okay, yeah, those that are indoor or whatever, if you use multi-use, no, right, okay, so if you want, like, you're allowed to keep them there just all the time. Okay, I'm going to talk about some of the shoulder riders. I understand this. I've been to plenty of concerts. Nothing freaking surprises me in that way. Yeah. Which is why I do. Okay. But listen, so like indoor venues, right? They can stationary get them, sandbag them, like they can get them up for certain things, so anybody can use them if you want, even if everybody's seated, even if it's because you just never know. Somebody might be having some kind of situation, and this way the entire building knows right away, okay, somebody, we got an issue, let's just stop, hold on. Okay, but so for the venues, I know we have noise ordinance. I understand. Like a lot of them, I think are 11 p.m. or so. But what they're willing to do, the majority of them, if if you really do like, I mean, if it's a small low key show, they can take care of that while you're still playing. But it's much harder for the larger. But it doesn't have to be music. I'm just using music as an example. You understand? Even if you got calm crowds, you just never know. And if that thing goes off, a camera operator might pick it up, a tech might pick it up, an artist might pick it up, a fan, a security. You understand? So that gets everybody concentrating on the same thing. And then, maneuvering those people makes it much easier. Right. But I know the sound ordinances. So if a show does have to be stopped for 10 minutes or more, okay, then they're most of them are willing. Okay, you do a warm down, chill, and you're allowed to extend up to 1 hour past that. But at that point in time, everything's got to be turned down. So it's like a warm down. You know what I'm saying? Like some of us know you got to warm up. You don't never skip that. No matter how many times you've done it. Right. Right. And then there's this like warm down. Okay. So you'll get some grace period. And if the people who are using the stage and need to adjust real quick, they can decide if they want to remove a song or do a shorter one, or you know what I'm trying to say. Give us something also speed up the pace a little, right? But leave that to the people who are right. But the people who run and own and the staff, right, they will jump in and tell you, okay, we gotta warm down. People want to leave, they can leave. But people who came to see the whole show, then the venues, and yes, there are also some landscape things coming. They're not like eyesores, right? Some other kind of sound barriers to help it not even the local computer, you won't really even hear it. Okay, I understand. But too many of you are just ignoring those things, taking advantage, thinking that for some reason you're kings and queens and gods on earth, and you weren't, and that's just the truth. So there are a lot of bands being kicked out of a lot of places, and that's it. Done. We can find other ways to help band members who, right, they can, you understand, maneuver. Okay, that's all. Most of them, as far as I know, are okay with this. Right, you understand? Okay. Uh, right. But I mean, obviously, yeah. I mean, I think they have to have the set list ready before, right? So those of you who go through that, right? So if they need to adjust or they need to do a song a little faster so they can write, or if they need to start, they can go a little slower. But we do warm downs after that time passes, so we get a little more quieter for the neighborhoods, you know that. But we're also plenty of ways they're building some like sound barriers that will kind of negate that. It's not so you can go wrong. It's only in the cases where there has to be a stoppage. You understand? And we absolutely have to blue light and say, all right, we need everybody. We can't right now. Let's figure out who needs help. Get them right to an ambulance or medical as soon as possible. Okay, right. So these things are starting to be put in place. So it's okay if your building does not keep them up for certain things like sport. Right, there's some things you might not need them for, but you always start to find that you probably need them more often than you thought. So some of them, right, can be just secured temporarily in it. Yeah. Here's the other thing. I know people, I love concerts. And I didn't get to take my kids to anything big, but right, I got to take them to a small little band shell outside, in right, and sit with them, and yeah, they listen and stuff, right? I mean, I got to do a little bit, right? But here's the thing: I know shoulder riders. I get it. Okay, some of you like just keep them up there. It's great. Listen, though. Number one, anybody chicken fights, you're out, and you're banned from that particular place for life. No exceptions. So if a band crew or a staff member or someone in the crowd reports you, that's it, you're done. They will find a way to maneuver you out, and you will never be allowed back in that particular venue like ever again. Zero chicken fights. I don't care how riled up you get. It's not the time for that. Do that in a pool with your friends on the weekend. See what I'm saying? It's the only thing. They're loud, you're loud too. Anybody, the band, the artist, the staff, the crew, the fans, whoever needs to understand, get their information, get them out, and they can't ever come back for the rest of their lives to that venue. Eventually, they won't be able to go anywhere. Okay? Oh, and that's okay, but shoulder riders, listen to me. I don't care how much you trust the shoulders you're riding on. That is only for one human individual. Never hold your children while you are shoulder riding. That will get you kicked out too. For life. That's it. No, not a lot of rules. Those two things are unacceptable in every venue, everywhere. Anybody's allowed to draw attention to it. No exceptions. I don't care how safe you feel. I don't care how much you trust the shoulders you're riding on. I don't care how much your children trust you. Never do that. You will be stopped if they got a boo like you. Then they're allowed to do that. Anybody, band, staff, venue, passers-by, you're not covered. It's wrong. And that is not the way to help your children enjoy music in any way, anyway. That's it. You understand? They're done. No chicken fights. One shoulder rider and one alone. Do not hold your children while you are shoulder riding. Let them ride on you. You understand? If you got to hold them up, take turn, right? Whatever for a little while. Call them out everywhere. If you got to stop playing, if people got to, like, yep, I don't care. If you need to get the police involved, then do it. They are banned from that particular venue for the rest of their lives. It's the only things I'm laying down a little bit of law on. That's it. Okay? Everybody has a right to report them. Okay? One shoulder rider. That's it. I don't care how stable you think you are. I don't care how many people you think. That is absolutely the absolute 100% wrong way to help your children and smaller, right, people who are right. One shoulder rider only. No chicken fights. Okay. Some things sometimes you guys use them as weapons. So it's like, I know with the umbrellas and stuff, and you know what I'm trying to say. Sometimes it's necessary because you get all excited and people kind of, they lose themselves. You know what I'm saying? Right. Okay. That's why some of these things are in place. Because when you're all, and you get, maybe you get a little high, maybe you get a little drunk, right? You think it's time to sword fight with your pokey umbrella. Well, somebody's going to get sanctioned. One of you purposely and intentionally overloaded me. You're getting hit for that. Yeah, that's what happened. And that's why I went sideways there. Because what happened was I was walking above her, carrying everybody, but somebody extra jumped in and shit them. Then it weighed me down just enough. Yeah, I know I had to lift up my foot and be like, I stepped on a thumbtack. What is that? Friggin' Eiffel Tower in my damn foot. That was not okay. You're getting sanctioned and you may not make it out. This is why you never add an extra. That's a hit I'm getting back. This is why we stopped helping you. You understand? That's what happened. That's why I went sideways. I'm like, what is it? I stepped on a tag. How the hell could I be stepping on something sharp? Friggin' Eiffel Tower in my foot. Because you added one. You will pay dearly for it. Sorry about that, everybody, but we were okay. Trust me, it hurt me way more than anybody else. And right, like you can imagine, this place is dangerous. You told me it'd be okay. That was done on purpose. You're screwed. But that's why we did that, okay, everybody? But it's okay. We're all good. Not okay to be fucking with me now. I'm telling you, people, it's just wrong. That's why. Because of that shit. Even adding one more weighed me down just enough. When I was walking your across, just suddenly, it's like a nail in the foot. Never again.